Hey everyone, it's Craig Campbell from Pastor Craig's Vintage Cards, and going through these football cards and came across this gem here. This is a 1972 Pro Action card of Duane Thomas, and here you can see by my thumb number 32 for the Cowboys, that's Walt Garrison. Number 21 for the Colts, I believe, is Rick Volk, V-O-L-K, and then linebacker for the team in white there, number 32, that's Mad Dog Mike Curtis, and you got Duane Thomas carrying the ball there in the middle, number 33. Thomas was an interesting guy. He was drafted with the 23rd pick in 1970 by the Cowboys, and his rookie year, he ends up leading the Cowboys in rushing. He's named NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. He wants to renegotiate his contract. He has a big falling out with the owner of the Cowboys, the GM, and Tom Landry. He was like blasting all three of them in the media. And so the Cowboys said, the heck with it. They traded him to the Patriots. Then Pete Rozelle stepped in and said no, they couldn't do that trade. So he goes back to the Cowboys. And he comes back and he's like, you know what? I'm just not going to talk to anybody. He didn't talk to his teammates. He didn't talk to the media. He didn't talk to anybody. But he so happens to lead the Cowboys to Super Bowl VI, where they beat the Dolphins. And he led the NFL in rushing touchdowns that year and overall touchdowns. And some people think he was really the Super Bowl MVP of Super Bowl VI, but because of his media boycott, they end up giving it to Roger Staubach. So he comes back in 1972 with even a worse attitude. He becomes more withdrawn, so the Cowboys trade him to the Chargers. He goes to the Chargers, and he gets suspended. He never plays for the Chargers. He got traded to the Redskins in 1973. In 74, he had about 400 yards rushing in those 2 years combined. He gets waived. He goes back to the Cowboys. They waive him. He ends up in Green Bay in 1979. They end up waiving him. And it was just amazing that Duane Thomas, a guy that just had so much potential, ends up playing in 49 games in the NFL. He started 21. And he only ended up with a little over 2,000 yards rushing with 21 touchdowns, and he had 3 touchdowns receiving. But here was a guy that had so much potential and was off to such a great start in his career. Rookie of the year, led the Cowboys to the Super Bowl, but for whatever reason, he just had a serious emotional and attitude problem. It's hard to say, but he just, man, you want to talk about a guy with unfulfilled potential, and just really a head case and a cancer on a team, and it's just really tragic. Duane died in August of 2024, but this story here, when I looked up this card on Duane Thomas, I remember the name, and I knew there were some issues, but doing a little research, I was like, oh man, what a sad story of a guy with just the world ahead of him, but just fell apart. And that's the story behind these cards. I mean, I know they're cardboard and they're collectibles, but I really like looking behind the scenes on these. So I hope you've enjoyed this little look here at Duane Thomas, and if you like it, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. All right, guys, take care, keep on collecting, and remember, it's fun to look up these stories of the guys in the cardboard. Take care.